Are you a Diet Coke or a ginger ale?
Oh, I'm 100% ginger ale. I don't million thousand percent.
Welcome back
Thank you.
to Viet Boss Babes.
Yay. I'm back.
I think it's been a
Mhm.
year, exactly, almost exactly a year since we first
I
met, and then
know.
since your first episode with Viet Boss Babes.
So exciting.
Yeah, yeah, and you are like starting 2026 for Viet Boss Babes. You're like the first guest. I mean, I need to acknowledge like the podcast's been a bit on a hiatus for a bit, but I'm really excited for this, and I'm excited that you're our first guest of the year. Yeah.
Yay. Oh, I'm so honored. How fun.
We're going to talk about heated rivalry because why can we not, especially when it's a Canadian show. We're Canadian, you're literally from Montreal, and then a little bit dabble into being lost in your 20s and what that looks like. Because I feel like the past year has been really exciting for you.
Hey, I'm so excited. I'm getting cozied up. Like, let's talk.
You're literally wearing a Montreal
I am.
swag.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm too proud. If I if I could tattoo it on my forehead, I would as well. I love being
How,
a girl.
100%. How is Shane's French?
So he's so the character I think they did okay. Heated Rivalry is a Canadian show. Let's start with that.
Mm.
So I think they knew the premise of hockey very well, and they knew the premise of Canadian, Anglophone Canadian moving into Montreal to be part of the team. So it's very common. I used to watch a lot of hockey when I used to live here. It's very common for English speaking Canadians to come to the Montreal team, but they have to learn French, right? Because they have to do all of these interviews and stuff like that. So for for that type of context, I think his French was fine. So
So his French was bad.
well, it wasn't perfect, but they did say Quebecois, so it was okay. But Cheryl
uh,
was like, eh. There was one Quebecois accent, like Quebecois guy. You know the guy that invited him to go grab drinks at this restaurant, and then he met the actress.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. With Rose, when he met Rose
So
Landry.
when
Yeah.
like his teammate that asked him, he has like this
Mm.
very strong Montreal accent. It was a very forced Montreal French English accent. Does that make sense? Like it doesn't sound that way at all. Like it sounded very
Oh, like he was
he was
overacting it.
overacting it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It almost sounds like as if, you tomorrow started to like take the French accent, like but it was like
Yeah.
really exaggerated. So that was like slightly cringy. But besides that, I think they depicted the image of like in my opinion, quite well. I didn't see any offense to it. But I think it's a
Yeah.
Russian. If you meet a Russian, maybe ask them more about that. Like I wouldn't know. It sounded good, but apparently my partner
Yeah.
is not even Russian. So
Don't worry, I will tell you. The Russian fans,
oh,
I will tell you. I Girl, I wake up every day to
Yeah.
threads on Heated Rivalry, Reddit on Heated Rivalry. I watch every YouTube videos and interviews that came out, and I rewatch them.
You're deep in
I'm
it.
really deep in. I'm in the deep end. Yeah, and I'm reading the book now on Kindle.
Oh,
Like it's
cute.
a yeah, yeah. I've been on a withdrawal because I don't know when they're gonna coming out with the season two, so I'm just
I
consuming
think they are
every
now.
other
Didn't they
material.
confirm season 2?
Yeah. Yeah, but like when,
Oh,
what am I gonna
what are you gonna do?
do between now and
It's true.
then? I literally, after the show, I just sit into the ether and I just stare at my TV and I don't know what to
Yeah, you're
do.
just like
So I
clicking
just rewatch
around.
it.
Can I rewatch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. So wait, how does
I
so
did
Heated
read the book.
Rivalry, the whole book is only season 1? So the season 2, would it be like another book?
Yeah. So based on what I'm halfway through the book two, then I think season one was book one and two.
Season 1 is okay, got it.
Yeah. And then I think there are five books in total.
Love.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. We will have
good.
more. But until then, I'm not sure what I'm doing with my life.
Well, there's like all of these TikToks like if you liked Heated Rivalry, watch. Have you watched
Yeah, yeah,
Red and
yeah.
Blue
So,
yet?
hmm?
Red, White, and Blue? Have you watched that?
No.
You have to watch
Where?
Red, White, and Blue if you like Heated Rivalry. It's like the exact same concept, but with
Mm.
the son of the president of America and like the prince of London or something like that, of the UK, and they're both gay. And then
Ah,
they're like, hiding and yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, more gay shows. Yeah, I need to get
Yeah.
on that program. Shane or Ilya?
Oh. Okay, I have an issue. My issue
Mm,
is I'm like so dissociated from the characters because I've been watching the real actors' interviews. And like in
mm,
interviews, I prefer Connor, but in the
yeah.
show, I prefer Shane.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, have you finished it?
Yeah,
Okay,
ending
okay,
is
okay. Okay.
it's like the best ending I could ever.
Oh, oh my God, I
It's
cried.
so
So
yeah.
crazy. Yeah. So you're like the golden retriever. You like the golden retriever. Because I know people who like the dopamine
Yeah.
boyfriend, so then they like the other
Yeah.
combo, which is Ilya
And that's
and
it. Yeah.
Hudson. Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah. But yeah, I
You.
think that's usually the package, right? Are you in Ilya and Connor? Oh, Ilya
And
and
Hudson
Hudson's
or
combo or the other combo. So I have I unfortunately am a hybrid. I can't pick.
oh, this is a very
I love
common brand for you, being a hybrid of everything. I'm a
I
mix of
know
both. What's
I
Mia?
can't pick. So I like Ilya and I like Connor.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's tough.
I
Because what I like about Ilya, it's the process of him opening
yeah,
up and know that he's lovable. Because I think the whole process is him refusing love.
yeah.
Like he thinks that he can't
I
be loved. And of course, I know the fans can have commentary about it, but at least in my take is that he believes that he can't be loved because of the way that he's raised. His dad didn't love
yeah.
him, or his dad just didn't love him the way that he needed to, and his brother only asked for money. He really didn't really have anyone except for that really gorgeous Russian girl who's also from Toronto.
Really?
Yeah, she's based in Toronto. She'll post that she's in Queen West or
Oh,
something. Yeah, so
yeah.
gorgeous. Yeah, so I love that act of him opening up and showing that, oh, like I'm actually lovable.
Agreed.
And then him cleaning out at the cottage. And it almost like Connor to me is a healed Ilya.
Oh, like what he could be.
Yeah.
When he fully accepts he's like gay to the world.
Yeah.
I love that. I do agree
Mhm.
as Connor Ilya's character development is much more interesting than Shane's character development, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But what I liked about Shane, it felt more realistic. It felt more like I'm scared of other people's opinion because I have such a public eye. I'm so good at what I do. I don't want to ruin it. I kind of love that. And I love how they kind of got into all of the opposites possible. An Asian Canadian guy with a fully Russian dude. You cannot be more opposites and somehow you
Mm.
still can like find each other and are extremely attracted to each other at like in every
Mhm.
possible way. Because I don't know if you know this, but you probably read every thread in the world to understand this. But as a Canadian girly myself, Habs, the Montreal Canadiens, and the Boston Bruins have been ultimate rivals for decades. So the fact that the book even chose those two cities to run up against each other is huge. It's to show how unlikely this could happen because it's such a huge it's like a country versus country. It's like a war consistently. Like when the
Mm.
Canadian Habs go play at like in Boston against the Bruins, they get booed each time they touch the puck. You close your eyes, you don't even need to watch the show or like the match. You know when they're booing, you know that the Canadians are having the puck and vice versa. So when the Bruins come here and they play, whenever one of their players, like one specific player, I don't remember who it is, has the puck, they would boo him, shoo him, all of those things. So it's to show like how bad the rivalry is between the teams. And I think they made that so clear in the show, which is really cool. But if you knew like how bad it is in real life, it's even more exciting, in my opinion. So it was just so good. It was a little it was
Yeah.
a very intense start of the show, but like the ending was definitely worth watching.
Yeah. Yeah. And especially if you're a hockey fan and you grew up with that culture and you're from Montreal, you feel the show in a way that I can't even fathom,
Yeah. Well,
you
it is
know?
crazy. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's thought through, but the show came out exactly at the same time as the current NHL league. Like right now, they're playing. Yeah,
Oh.
so they start the season now. So the show came out at the same time as the first matches started playing. So it's almost as if they did that on I don't know if they did that on purpose, but if they were, it's brilliant because then, you feel like you're watching hockey too. Like your husband's watching the match and you're watching heated rivalry. Like it's kind of the same. It's like behind the scenes in the actual like match. So I don't know. I thought it was just really thought through and
Yeah.
it was really cool. It was the slowest and the quickest burn. It's very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all the girlies are going to hockey games now.
Yeah. They're calling it
They're going-
what are they calling it? Boy aquariums.
They're like, when are they gonna kiss? When are
Yeah.
they gonna kiss?
When are they gonna kiss? They don't kiss.
And I saw that one hockey player that actually came out after the show. Yeah,
Oh, that's a
I forgot which one. But yeah, he came out. He was like, thanks to the show, that it actually inspired him so much, and he came out.
oh, that's so sweet. I haven't heard of
Yeah.
that. They need to be nicer to each other. Ice hockey is so rough.
Yeah, I mean, men's world, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, it's crazy, right? Because when you think of it, like basketball,
Mm.
the women basketball team, most women are lesbians, and they're really proud
Mm.
of it that we're gay. My
Yeah.
girlfriend's in the opposite team. Like, I'm gonna go play against my girlfriend or my wife. Never in a million years would you hear that in the NBA with like actual basketball players,
Oh,
you know?
no.
Which is crazy.
I mean, again, men, all
That's
the
it.
problems that come with
Yeah,
them.
just stop it there.
Yeah, yeah, all the problem that comes with them. Gosh. I'm like, women, I think all women are a little gay.
Fair. And we're not shy of telling
Yeah.
it, you know, but guys, it's just a little harder for them.
Yeah. I mean, I have a friend who, like, my guy friend, I love him to death, but like, he had a whole self-revelation when he started wearing loose pants.
Oh, okay.
Because, okay, basically the context of that is like, for the longest time, like, he's like, you know, your typical classic Asian macho kind of guy, but like the sweetest man,
Yeah.
okay? And then only jeans, only baggy clothes, big t-shirt,
T-shirt,
or like,
small
you
pants
know,
type of.
black shirt. Yeah, yeah, big shirt, small pant, exactly. And then recently he like switched to, his girlfriend got him to switch to like loose pants. And then he literally sat me down and have a whole conversation about how life-changing this is and how much of a mental barrier that he overcame to accept the fact that he enjoyed loose pants.
You know what? I love that. He just needed that like what's it called? Like approval from the girlfriend. And then he's good.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, you know. So my boyfriend too, he started with like when we started dating, he was still wearing skinny jeans and stuff. And I was telling him, maybe you should look into big pants. And now like every time he goes shopping, he's like, look, I'm getting big pants. Big pants and big shirts. I'm like, yes, that's the way you should go. And I'm like, maybe you should one day, you know, get a tote bag. That's kind of cute. And he's like, oh,
Yeah.
not there yet, but I'm getting there. We're slowly converting him.
Dye your hair.
But-
Yeah, turn him into a Montreal boy.
Exactly.
That's what you're
That's
turning him
that's what I'm
into.
trying to do. Please don't let him know that. I'm just slowly getting there. He needs to, yeah. I just need to bring him here during summer so he could actually see what Montreal guys look like, and then he'll start changing
Yeah.
his look around.
So, Sunshine, what are you up to now? Like, what's going on with Offline Collective? I know the last time we chatted about it, like, you were doing really amazing things, and there's so many events that's happening in Saigon, and I'm having a big FOMO.
All of your listeners wants to know what's up with you, so I want to know all about
Mhm.
too. Like how about a 2-minute life update compared to last year?
Live update. Okay, let's rapid fire. In terms of life plans, I'm just waiting for Payboy to like get the stars to align, you know?
That's crazy. I didn't
You know, on TikTok, I don't know if you're on this side of the TikTok, but I am, where they're like, you see this card with no hashtag and no algorithm. This message is for
100%. I try to avoid them, but I always end up watching him.
and then in the comments someone will be like, claim, and I'll like that message. Be like, I'm claiming this, but I don't want my friend to see
It's
it.
mine too. It's mine.
Like, claim it.
Aw.
So
Has
yeah,
any of
so I'm that little girl.
any of your claims?
I don't know what the TikTok witch is, but I'm claiming the good energy
Okay.
when the star
But
aligned.
you're a corporate girly right now, which you weren't
Yeah,
when
big
I
corporate girl.
when I met you last year. So that was a big
Mhm.
switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
I was a startup girly and now I'm a big corporate girly and
Yes.
I spend 12 hours a day. I love my job, but I've spent like 12 hours a day generating shareholder values.
And we love that. Somebody
Mhm.
needs to do that. And
Yeah.
you're in, you know, safe and reliable path right now. Like this is a really
Yeah.
strong
Yeah.
path that I feel like people always talk about the bads of a corporate life, you know, like, oh my gosh,
Mm.
but I don't think so. My whole family, my sister, my brother, my cousins, everyone are like strong
Yeah.
being corporate girlies and like finance bros, and they're so
Yeah.
content and happy, you know? It's such a strong thing to be so secure in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think is so cool.
And like living it, you know, and just like slaying it. I think like there's no bad raps around like the 9 to 5 and like the corporate grind because I feel like it's hard.
Mm,
Like it's hard to get up and do this and then also as a woman and like manage everything. I think it's shout out to the corporate girlies, right? And then of course my Viet Boss babes. Like I've been experimenting with a lot of content. I think this past year I took a little bit of break,
Yeah.
but then I came back and my big project has been the 30 Vietnamese Word
Yeah, I
series.
saw.
And it's 30 words is a lot. When I first set that out on the slide chart, I'm like, yeah, I can do 30 words easy, right? It's so long.
Oh, I know.
It's actually such a big project, and I'm only on my worth 20th, and I'm like, I still have
But
10
your
more to go.
videos are so thought through, and you have like it's very artsy, and you can tell that you put a lot of work into it, and you're not just sat in front of a camera. So I think
Thank you.
it's worth putting all that work in. So keep on
Yeah,
going.
thank
And
you
there's
so
so
much
much
for the
words in the
encouragement.
Vietnamese
So
dictionary. So you have like a
so
lifetime
many
of
words.
the series could last a lifetime, to be honest.
Yeah, there's so many words. I literally opened my like Thudian Viet and I'm like, oh, okay, I can like go on forever. But yeah, so that has been like a
Which one has been
sorry.
your favorite word that you've done until now?
Before I want to ramp on like a tangent on that. So basically, this like 30 Vietnamese Word series has been one of the most challenging creative project that I set up for myself, and I started this in the summer, and I really want to see how far I can push this in terms of storytelling skills, editing skill, and it was a project to find my voice on the interweb because up until that point in the summer, I think the Boss Babe was still such a baby, and it's still a baby, but now I think it's more like a 3-year-old baby than
Like
like
a
an
toddler,
infant.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think that through this project, I'm able to find my voice in a way that is, it sounds so cliche, it's authentic to me. It's that ikigai, right? What is authentic to you, what you're interested in, also what people need. And I feel like I'm finding that through the experiment of this project and still staying true to my Vietnamese identity, but also what do people want to hear? So I think that has been really rewarding. And then in terms of, yes, going back to your question on what is a word what has been my favorite word? Oh, đáng lòng. Yeah, yeah, which is, I guess, the direct translation. The closest translation is bittersweet. The story behind that, the inspiration behind that word is through grief. And I think grieving in Vietnamese is so interesting and so unique. It's full on just difficult, right? Because we don't really talk about grief. People kind of celebrate and then move on, or they direct that grief in a joy and in a joke. And I think that, yeah, grieving is so interesting. I think there's a whole conversation around it. But when I put that video out, yeah, a lot of strangers on the internet actually messaged me and be like, this is so soothing. It's actually very comforting. I lost someone, and thank you so much for sending this message.
Love
Yeah.
that. That's
So,
so good. Isn't it so rewarding?
mm,
Like that passion and your ideas actually are liked by people you don't know. It's not as if you're like targeting this video to one specific person, but like it's reaching out to others that you don't know that you can help. I think it's so rewarding. It's so cool.
thank you. That's been like a big project, and then getting back to community events. So I think the Boss Babe is going to be really interesting this year, and yeah, I think it's gonna be really
I
rewarding.
love.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah. Okay. What about
I love that
you?
she's 3. I can't wait for Get Boss Babe to be like
Yeah.
5 when she's like talking
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
can imagine
Yeah. Running. Yeah.
running and talking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because we kind of like switched lives, you and me, for a quick minute there. When we met each other last year, I was a corporate girly. I was working in big conferences, and I no longer do that. And I took the other route, which is I started focusing more full time on Offline Collective. At the time, Offline Collective was still like a side project. It was something that I did with a lot of love and a lot of heart. I still stand very strong on the value of meeting people offline and making friends and making connections offline. And last year we tried to create more formats, and that was exactly what we talked about. So I created a lot of different formats. I didn't only stick to one. We did up to 12 different events. We got hired for different gigs as well, which was really cool. And so because and thanks to those companies hiring us, I told myself, hey, maybe there is space for us to work as an actual agency and as a company. So I've decided to go full time on Offline Collective and trying to see if my love and my passion for events actually can be translated to a full-time business. So yeah, I'm still kind of figuring it out. I don't really know. I've always been, a girl that had a job, and it was very, that's why I stand really strong on having like a strong corporate job and everything, because I was there and I know how secure it was, and it was so calming for me. And now that I don't have that security, it's just very scary. But I think for once in my life, I feel like I want to do something that I love and that I potentially can see myself build, with the idea of knowing it might not work out very well or something, but it's worth a try. So that's where I stand currently. I still am based in Saigon. I started taking Vietnamese classes. I don't know if I told you this, but yeah, so I started going to Vietnamese classes to improve on my Vietnamese in order to speak to clients and work with different suppliers and all of that. So yeah, I'm kind of brushing it up. It's been harder than I thought, but I do
Mm,
even when I'm in Canada. So that's been quite nice to have a routine. And yeah, so those are the main differences since I last saw you. Yeah.
yeah. Oh wow, we can do a Vietnamese podcast next
Oh,
time.
maybe not. Maybe, maybe. My teacher would be really proud of me.
I think that'd be so
It would
sick.
be, it would
Yeah.
be. We should try. I love the
Hmm.
combo that we are right now, because
The
like
Vietlish.
the
Yeah.
Vietlish is nice, but it's also we're the same. Like I feel like we have very similar personalities, but our ways of doing life right now is quite different, but like we understand each other. I totally get
Yeah.
where you're going with Babe, but I totally support that you're like, doing your thing and settling yourself and trying to understand your surrounding. And I'm lost in this like world, but trying to also figure out how to build a community. And it's a nice balance of both for whoever is more like, you know, which one is better. I don't think there's better. I think both are great, and everyone has their path,
Yeah.
and there's so much that we can learn from each other, especially in community building.
I agree. I think I used to think a lot about what is the optimal path and what is the best path and so on, but there's actually really no right path, and people should just stop giving advice to the 20-year-olds about what they should and shouldn't do.
I love that. I agree.
I really
Stop giving
think
us
so.
advices.
Yeah, like stop telling me to do this and that, or get married, or buy a house, and etc. etc. Oh, you're behind. And I'm like, there's no
Yeah.
timeline.
Great.
Yes, like do your thing and like be a responsible adult eventually, but also like be responsible. Like the 20s are so you're so young. I think like now that I'm in my late 20s, I'm like, I just got here.
Yeah. We're just in our season one, girl. We were talking about this. We're season
Yeah.
one.
I think people should just stop stressing the 20-year-olds out,
Yeah.
you
I think
know?
for like now that, we've lived through most of our 20s, none of the advices came in handy for me.
I think the stress that came with it and the experience of stressing through it
Was
and realizing that it didn't work
Yeah.
out was handy for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
so. Because I feel like,
yeah,
there's like all of these, especially that we're so exposed to like all these TikToks and stuff saying like, oh,
yeah.
in your 20s you need to hustle and you need to make all your mistakes and you need to, don't settle in your 20s or don't do this. And like it's
Like, shut up,
I
you
couldn't have
know?
said it better myself. Literally.
Yeah.
Let us be. Let us be.
Stop telling me what to do.
Oh, and we're in such a and most of the time is like people that are much older than us that are telling us, but like, dude, when you were in your 20s, the market wasn't like this. Like, you didn't
Yeah.
live in a world where you're like consistently exposed to AI and social media and politics around the world. Like those things didn't exist. Granted, other stuff existed in their time, but like it's not, the comparison is not fair. But then maybe we're just saying that because we're now only getting the content for 20s. Maybe in our 30s, we're still getting the same content. I don't know. I would
Maybe more.
imagine we go into our 30s and they're saying the
Yeah.
same again, and you're like, oh, it's like a continuous.
Yeah. Yeah. And then watch, because once we're in a 40, now we'll be those
Yeah,
people
and they're like,
to tell the 20s what to
exactly.
do.
Oh,
You should be doing
so
this.
in that
Yeah.
the learning here is just don't give anyone advices. Just literally.
Mind your own
Yeah,
business.
do your own, dude. Just find people
Yeah,
that you
like
relate to and then just do that. Just don't listen to
yeah,
anyone
yeah. I think if there is an advice that I found valuable living through my 20s and my early to
else.
mid, I think it's this is the time for you to experiment and that everything will work out.
Yeah, yeah. I love
Yeah.
that. Okay, but that was a very generic advice. Let's not lie here.
You're like, that's not a good
I
advice.
hear you, but I feel like you can say that for any day. Like you can say that to a 4.
That's true. That's true.
Like what's an actual advice that you would like? We are still in our 20s. Like what would you say to your like 5 year ago Mia compared to now? Because like now I feel like we're more in a like our frontal cortex is like completely developed and our frontal lobe.
Yeah.
Like what would you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, what is an advice? I don't know. I feel like it's so hard because the things, all the experience that baby Mia went through, I wouldn't change it, you
you.
know, including stressing myself out.
You needed that. You
Yeah,
needed
like,
that to get to.
yeah, I think exactly. I needed to stress myself out to the point that I had to face my own demon and then coming to term with the fact that not everything is within my control.
Yeah.
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 And now I just chill. But I needed to go through that. Like no one could have told me to chill out, you know? I have to understand what chill means to me.
You need to
Yeah.
live through all of that in order to know what chill
Yeah.
is for you,
Yeah.
basically.
Actually, okay, I think like the one if yes, okay. So on that note, I think on the same theme of like you really have to live the experience to understand the context of advice and life
Yeah.
lessons. Be very careful and question every advice that you receive because the advice that you receive, you need to understand where is that person coming from, what was their lived experience, what is their path, and whether you want to go down the path that they're on
Mm,
now. Because a lot of the advice that you get from people a little bit older or like have lived through similar experiences, it's their experience, right? They've lived through a very unique way of
yeah.
life. And so you need to understand whether that's your way of life. Because I hit a point when I realized that I not outgrow my mentor, but I outgrew the type of support. Yeah, like I outgrew a mentor because there was only so much that person could have given me. And yes, like they are successful in their own definition. But then there was a moment when I realized that, oh, the way that you live now is no longer the way that I want to
Yeah.
live, you
Yeah.
know? And then you move on, you find another mentor who's more compatible. So if there is one advice, I think it will be really question the person who's giving you the
Yeah.
advice.
I
Yeah.
agree. Wow. So deep. It's a very like,
Yeah,
deep
that's yes. Thank you for challenging
yeah.
me.
I think it was you needed that.
That was
That was
better.
much better
Yeah,
than accepting yourself and moving. Like, girl, everybody says that. It's like a very Pinterest quote that you just gave me.
that was much
Much
better.
better. Much better. Agreed.
Thank you so
No,
much.
no.
Yeah, what about you?
I think if I had to give myself an advice, but again, it's a little bit like you were saying, with time, with all of like mini me's mistake got me to know that this is how I should live life now. I think I will tell myself to trust my gut more. Because I feel like a little bit with what you were saying, a lot of things that was told about me or to me, I believed. Like I had a lot of friends that kept on telling me like, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, or like my parents or my mentors. And I knew deep down inside what was good for me and what wasn't. And I never trusted that instinct. And I feel like my life, I wouldn't say would take a different turn, but a lot of things could have gone more my way if I've trusted more my own instincts and I fought more for my own gut feelings. But I think now it comes in handy because I've gone through all those moments where I'm like, oh, I should have done that my way, makes me realize now more than ever that there's a lot of things where I just should not feel guilty of doing myself. And I want to stand up for me and I want to trust that, I've done the right decisions and all of that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a little bit more where I stand. So, yeah, that's
Yeah.
my that would be my advice. Like trust your gut more. Wow. We're like trust your gut more and like don't listen to random people. We people have done us dirty for us to get here.
Exactly. So
Yeah, people have
dirty.
done us dirty for us to realize like these are
We like live it, but you learn it the hard way.
I don't want I like if I were to have a daughter, I wouldn't want her to live through the tough things that I lived through, but I kind of do because if I
Yeah.
didn't live through those things,
It's
I wouldn't be who I am now. So it's like a weird,
yeah.
it's like a weird cycle.
Yeah. I know. They have to kind of suffer through
Yeah.
it.
Just let them be.
Yeah.
But yeah. But again, it's an advice for our younger people. Just trust your gut. If you're
Yeah.
if you've grown up in a safe environment and you were surrounded by good people, you've been taught to do the right things. Your gut also knows what the right things are. and you would know who to trust and who to listen to as well. So if
Mhm.
you're well surrounded, then that shouldn't be an issue. That's what I think, at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah. Be around good
Be
people.
around good people make you better.
Trang,
It's been 2 hours.
this is so lovely. Thank you so much for this catch up, and I am so excited to finally attend one of your events.
Yes, one day.
Yeah, one day. I went to the first one, and now I need to go to more.
Yes, please. You should. And we're day by day getting better. Hey, we could do an offline collective yet boss babe type of event next.
That would be amazing. Okay, manifesting
Yes,
2026. This is our
2026,
year.
2027 is our year.
Well, thank you so much again for your time, and enjoy Montreal while you're at home.
Thank you.
And I will see you soon.
Yes, girl. Have a nice trip. Thank you, boss babes.
Thank
Bye.
you.